And this is why I stopped following Star Trek actors on social media. Why couldn't I say Twitter? I am Mecha. Oh, there is an article. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shadzar. I am Mecha, and we're doing this live because I do best when I have interaction. And definitely check out my channel. Just bookmark it. I go live randomly, but the most reasonable time we have is 11 Eastern because we're kind of naughty like that. We gotta go live past the censors, past the ring masses, you know, when it's nice and safe. I compare myself to a lot of the more obscure, interesting, and controversial music bands, musical acts of the day. And that is my job on YouTube, is to be the more obscure, weird, random thing. I got too much blue and tie-dye and white washing me out. I should be wearing black because it's one of those sort of, but you know what? It's almost spring here. We'll work with it. I will be railing on this article. And like I said in the opening, Star Trek actors need to keep their mouths shut on social media, especially when they have no idea what they're talking about and don't realize how privileged they are. Oh, who's privileged? Pray tell, you saw him on the thumbnail.
At this time, we would like to advise those using headphones to please remove them and turn down the volume. This is going to get loud.
Sulu, George Takei himself. Americans, we can endure higher price. No, we can't. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. You are worth $14 million. You do not tell anybody what they can and can't afford. Do you understand me? You do not get to tell anybody anything from your wealth privilege. Do you understand me? George Takei, you have wealth privilege. You are too rich for your own good to be telling anybody what they can afford. Guess what? Your average person will be wiped out on a $400 emergency. Guess what? My rent's going up $300 when my lease is coming. And that's not because of the Ukraine stuff. That's from the COVID inflation that we're already in the middle of. And don't you tell me that other people aren't just as screwed or probably worse off than I am, because I know they are. Because I know they are. I worked retail for over a decade, okay? I worked where you're working paycheck to paycheck. It is not okay. It is not okay, George Takei. It is not okay for you rich celebrities to tell anybody what they can and can't afford. You do not get to make that f***ing decision. You do not get to sit there on your high horse. And but by the way, you, George Takei, I'm so sick of this. Consider it a patriotic donation. You mean the people that you couldn't stand just what? A week ago, 2 weeks ago? Oh, I tweeted at you. Well, first up, they don't even let your transgendered people leave the country. They're not protected. You know, that's a complete other story for another day. Where's my other tweet? Where's my other response to him? I had another one. We'll pull it up. We've been responding. George Takei. If you really want to get into it, I'm not going to read this out loud, but you know what he said about people in the United States, in his own United States. I'm not going to read it because of the censors, but you know what else you didn't know, George Takei? According to Forbes, do you know the rate of people in that part of the world? Less than 35%, okay? So if you want to be a flying hypocrite, you go right ahead, George Takei. I'm not making a comment on people who are or aren't. I'm only making a comment on the financial part of it. Sorry for the headphone warning there. I should be saying, we as Americans dealing with the highest inflation rates that we've seen in 40 some odd years, at least according to the math they're using now, and as we all know, math is racist. You have no business to tell anybody that after that we need to go and do a little bit more, okay? Okay, do you pay my bills? Do you pay everybody else's bills? No, you don't. You're sitting there with a freaking mansion, with a pension from Star Trek, with all of your convention appearance. That's what Star Trek pensions are in my head. They trot out these actors and they pay them $100 a pop for an autograph, $100 more for a photo, and if you want an autograph on top, oh no, these people have no right to tell any of us what we should and shouldn't spend our money on, how we should and shouldn't feel. When we have these no incident scenarios, at least in my head, and I'm not a political channel, as you know, I mock the social issues about this, so this is not a partisan statement by any means. This is a statement on the financial drain it is on the rest of us. We need to stop letting these celebrities think that they have any right to say anything at all. These people need to be held accountable, and I am tired of celebrities and wealthy people telling me that I'm supposed to be poorer, that we're supposed to be poorer, that you're supposed to be poorer. Aren't you tired of it too? I'm lucky enough to have a platform where I can have 50 people sometimes watching me, or 80 or 1,000 or whoever might be watching. I'm lucky enough where I have the platform to say, hey, we can't afford this. We can't take this anymore. Our wages are not going up. Okay? Our wages, our prices are going up. Everything is interconnected on this planet. We're in the middle of a rock and a hard place with all of this. If you have one person's way, this is the best of my knowledge of this. Which is why you don't listen to me for anything, right? Which is why you only listen to me to rant and yell at people for entertainment. I'm not educational, I'm not a news source. We all know that. I'm the entertainer. I'm the person they're mocking this. And as the person they're mocking this, I see one person crying saying, get involved and we'll start World War III. And I have the other third person saying, hey, don't get involved and I'm starting World War III. So this is where I'm seeing it. We're in the middle of a rock and a hard place. We're in a no-win situation for a lot of shit. And everything everybody is doing, because we're all a bunch of morons, is making everything worse. So what do we need? These celebrities like George Takei to tell us to spend more money and to sacrifice a little bit more. Fuck you. Fuck you, Takei. Fuck all these celebrities. I'm so tired of it. Just 2 weeks ago, you were telling half the country that they needed to die because they were not taking the right medical treatment that you wanted, that the government is suggesting, okay? This is my problem with all of these celebrities. We are not in a situation where we can deal with this right now. We have too much crap, and I am so sick of these flip-flopping NPC Twitter accounts that go from thing to thing to thing. There's a meme that I'll have Rob find and insert where they say, I support the current thing. And it goes from one thing to another thing to another thing. I'm just so tired of it. As somebody who used to care if I got labeled conservative or right-wing, I don't even care anymore. It's not even about that. It is about humanity surviving one of the stupidest periods of all of history. And we don't need celebrities like George Takei to fuck it up for the rest of us. I'm so tired. Tell us how you really feel. So this is what I see when I wake up on Twitter. George Takei telling me I need to be poorer. We need to be poorer as a country. Are you kidding me? Do you know how much it costs to fill up gas for the average person? Do you know how much of a huge impact? I'm so tired of this, and I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. How do we get revenge on these celebrities? How do we get revenge on these people and tell them, look, we're not going to take the elite ruling class of people telling us what we have to spend money on when we don't have it? It's getting old. I'm sorry to make it personal, because I know I'm supposed to be a consumer advocate for everybody. But sometimes these just hit me and it's a little personal. Especially when I'm still sitting here waiting for FEMA to repay my mom's cremation expenses because of the coup. We're still affected by 2020, 2021. And now they're gonna just drag us into the rest of this. So I'm just so tired of it. I'm tired of celebrities, and this is why I rail on their movies. This is why I've been somebody who's tuned out of it. Don't you go anywhere. Oh, True Vegas, thank you so much. $10 super chat. These elitists can shove it. Rock on, Mecha. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Oh my.